I made a thing. Mm-hmm. You're so dead inside. It looks like I have weird sunburn, but I think it's just because I was in the yard earlier today.
Why are you watching Guardians of the
I didn't mean to.
What?
Hold on, I'm busy.
How did you not mean to?
I'm busy trying to type things. I can't figure out how to properly intro this. So basically I made a thing that nobody asked me to make, and I don't know why I made it, and the reward at the end is very underwhelming. I should like have a script for what I'm saying, because I'm just like losing my mind slowly. So 2 years ago, or however long ago it was, that we were editing Siblings Sassing stuff and Gravity Falls came up, and I was like, oh cool.
He saw there were secrets in the show Gravity Falls, so he made a bunch of secrets and codes in the videos that we made. I didn't even know what they were half the time. I just let him do his thing.
This is why we're explaining and guiding McKay through what the secrets are, so that she can actually understand what they are for the first time. She has no idea what's happening.
Not that I really care that much because it's been a year.
Well, yes, probably nobody cares at this point, but I figured that if anyone wants to go through and solve these puzzles or like find them and get hints as to like where they are, you can use this video as a guide to find, you know, where the clues are, so you can try to decode them and solve puzzles and go through the scavenger hunt and have some fun if you want to. Or you can use this as a tool to help you when you get stuck, and you can just like look at the next part and then go, oh okay, and then help you along, and you can do on your own. Or if you don't care at all about actually putting in effort to solve things, this will just be a guide and showing you all the different things and how to solve them, and spoil everything about the entire puzzles and show you to the end. But yeah, this is why we didn't post the final video, number 5, that has been ready for a year and a half, but we didn't post because I was busy programming something. So, let's just start off at the very beginning.
The actual secrets of Gravity Falls start with the very first title sequence. You can hear, if you reverse the clip, someone whisper, which of course refers to one of the simplest and most well-known codes out there, the Caesar cipher. It basically lets you take the alphabet and lets you shift it 1 or more letters to the side, which turns your message into gibberish unless you know how many steps you need to take to reverse the effect and get back the original message. So if we take this coded message from the end of the Gravity Falls episode, and we run it through the Caesar cipher with 3 steps back, we get back the original message. And trust me, that was important before we got to the puzzles that I actually put in.
So I put timestamps to help me remember where all the clues are, because it's been a long time. I'm glad I did this. First one, apparently, is literally in the first couple seconds of the first Siblings Sassing video. Did you miss it?
I saw something.
Something happened already. You can use the comma key and the period key to find to go frame by frame in a video and see things. So as you can see, there's 5 frames of some absolute freaking chaos happening here and some numbers there. The YouTube compression algorithm has absolutely ruined the bitrate on this. And it's actually, there was a second clue in this, but because of the YouTube compression, you can't see it. It may as well not exist anymore. So I had to like recalibrate my clues after realizing that YouTube was going to break that. But there's still one clue here, which you can see. The next one is where we tried to pause it, but we failed. Right there. It's a 1-frame thing in the actual show, so it was hard to pause on. The original cipher had different symbols, but I edited them a little bit, and that'll be apparent later. So some of them are clues that don't make sense until you get the clues on how to solve them later. At the credits here, where Gravity Falls has the original little message at the end of each episode that you can solve with the cipher.
Maybe
You can rewatch these videos while you're at it, because they're funny. But so I added my own little thing. So I added my own little thing with the same cipher. So if you're just a fan of the show and you know like how to solve the cipher that's in the actual show, then you can also use that same clue, brings you to figure out how to solve this. And this, when translated, says hexadecimal, so it's just a key to tell you how to solve the first part. And if you take those numbers and you translate them through a hexadecimal translator thing, which is basically a way that computers interpret data, then it turns into the word beginning. Just, you know, That's a little Easter egg. I hate myself. Okay, this one I didn't have a plan when I started. I was like, okay, I want to start something. This is just going to be the beginning. Okay, I don't know. Just to like get your eyes in gear and get yourself ready to do things or whatever. I don't know. Okay, I don't have a defense for myself. That was everything in the first one, but then episode 2 is where some more interesting stuff starts to happen. Every episode has the little staticky Nort thing, so I'm just gonna check and see if there's something there. There does appear to be something there. Somewhere in here, there's an error message on my brain. There's a secret somewhere in the background. Do you notice it?
That can't be in there.
That is the well-known cipher, and that will be solved by a later clue.
Oh, the QR thing?
Yeah, QR code. So if you scan the QR code, I don't even remember how to do that, but apparently it translates to look for the time, which will become relevant again later. And people were saying they were having trouble actually scanning it, so I posted it, like the raw image in like that Cool People Squad Gravity Falls scavenger hunt. It wasn't originally called that, but that's what it is now, and there's some people that were talking and helping each other out, solving things. And that's everything for this episode. So, I'm slowly dying inside more than you. This is the expired Fun Dip one.
Oh boy.
I love expired Fun Dip.
Sassing
Oh, that's me.
Falls.
So apparently this one has words
back.
somewhere around here. Aha.
Days of Sassing.
Yeah.
I'm Draco Malfoy. I'm Draco.
You have Claudia with the dark magic speak, so that can give you a clue to reverse the audio, and you'll be able to hear what it actually says. And it says, and then this is the same Gravity Falls cipher to translate to episode 1, and that's a timestamp of episode 1. The hexadecimal cipher. So basically it's leading back to previous clues to remind you that they're there and to highlight that. In the background here, now the title page already had some like nice watermarks and stuff in the background, so it was pretty easy to hide some extra stuff, and that's the key for this Pigpen cipher from earlier. And then when you use this key, there's a couple versions of it out there, but if you use this key with that Pigpen code, that's how you solve the Pigpen cipher from the other episode. It translates to Game Vault Soon Konami, which will also be relevant later. And that's everything for episode 3. Then episode 4. Heck Pacifica. Alright, there it was. Did you see it? It was very hard to see because there was chaos. Oh yeah, so we were making a joke that this holds all the secrets like Harrow is actually a bird, totally. And then it just kind of goes into ranting blah 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 blah, and then there's some coded letters instead. I believe the next clue is one that nobody actually found yet. Nobody realized it in the course of people working on it to try to solve this. Everyone overlooked it because I did something sneaky. I pulled a sneaky on you. So see, it's just the normal, like, looking like the show thing here. The United States of America.
That's actively something that you would want to get rid of if you...
Now it's different. Now it says something totally different, and a couple things have changed about it. Then it goes away and it's back to normal.
You gain $12.
If you weren't looking at that moment, you would have missed it. So that is another clue that nobody noticed before, but it is essential for interpreting a later part, which I guess we'll get to. I changed Mabel's star to be a Tangled thing, and there's a timestamp there. So if you go to the Tangled movie and you go to that timestamp, it's I don't know why I use this. It's Flynn saying you were my new dream. this is relevant for that puzzle. Some of the coded letters are capitalized. So if you translate the coded message, it says one thing. And if you get only the capital letters, it says another thing. The actual like ciphered thing says, if you're looking for help, this will just confuse worse, but this may guide your thoughts if you're on the right course. This may help confirm nice if you're stuck with that. He went to get... and then another timestamp or something. Oh, episode 3, 256. But he got a top hat. Oh, okay. So this is, again, trying to point them towards the title sequence of Gravity Falls, where it has the cipher, because I replaced the ice with the top hat. I don't know why. Some of these clues, like, are redundant. They, like, help point you back to the same place, so that if you missed one clue, another clue will point you back to the same place, and you can kind of catch up. So technically, you don't need to solve every single clue in order to get to the end of the scavenger hunt thing. Sometimes there's more than one way to get to the answer. Most of those clues were all pointing to the same place. So this man is like going nuts. But for a couple frames here, there is the old emojis from the Kyle Protection Squad, and they're scrolling by in the background, and then that's all of them. And each of them have some letters associated with them. And you gotta figure out somehow what this means, combining it with previous clues, in order to translate to something. Oh, and the missed pause is talking about the, it leads you to that same thing that we failed to pause on, that cipher. So then if you use that cipher with the symbols on it going clockwise, or like at least close enough to these symbols, so you take those little chunks of letters and you put them in the right order, and then it forms a link. Honestly, I don't remember what it gets you. Hold on, we can cheat. We can figure out, because someone had previously been solving the codes here, and I gave a couple hints here and there. So let's watch their process here. Look out! Ship and Nort. Oh, I remember now, I think, what it goes to. I love how I'm using people solving my thing to actually help me figure out how to solve it again. What was the link? Clockwise is top hat, maybe toast, demonetization, which equals so YouTube video unavailable. Okay, something got broken. I think they were missing one symbol. Oh my gosh, it worked! Oh, they also forgot one thing at the end, because there was a timestamp at the end. So something got missed, but it worked anyway. It just didn't go to the timestamp. So if you take the star symbol and you put New Dream, that is the second to last symbol you need to make it work. So that was the one they missed to get the actual timestamp to work. And then it brought them to the death of Ricardo 2. All of that mess was all for that.
And I don't even remember why Ricardo 2 is important.
He isn't yet, but he will be.
Okay.
Inexplicably. So that's the dead end for that particular thing. But it'll all make sense later. Oh, that was a brain-hurting nightmare. So it got a little complicated for that one. And that basically, there's two separate like puzzle threads that have kind of reached a conclusion at this point. One of them was to get the like Ricardo 2 answer, and one of them was to get the look for the time and the game vault soon Konami kind of codes. Those were like two endpoints-ish. And now there's one third one, I believe. I need to access the video number 5 that nobody has seen yet. This one has a whole bunch of clues because it's trying to wrap up all the loose ends and like end the scavenger hunt, because obviously we stopped posting Gravity Falls videos, or stopped posting Siblings Sassing videos in general. So we were like kind of ending the series, and I knew that we weren't going to be able to keep this up the whole series. So I was like, okay, this has got to be the video that ends the scavenger hunt, just in case we never do any more, just so that these puzzles don't lead to a dead end that can never be solved. So I was putting all the final touches and everything into this one thing, but because I wanted to also program a game to go with it, so that the solutions for these like numbers and like Ricardo 2 or whatever, to put these answers in somewhere, I needed somewhere that you could put these in, like a website or a game or something. And I wanted to program a game just for fun to hide the codes in, so that it would like have a place you could input your answers to get the result back. And that delayed me a long time because I'm lazy and I didn't have a lot of time, so I didn't finish programming the game for a long time. Anyway, there's like a bunch of timestamps for this one. So at the beginning, there's like this horrible squeaky sound, like a weird tone, and you might think that's just a weird break or a sound effect or something, but that's actually a super secret, kind of hidden among the scribbles. I had a number on my book.
There's someone in Claudia.
Oh yes, I also have
cosplay. It's important, but you don't know how. I see. This also has more capital letters hiding a secret message. 1126 apparently.
About the dude being replaced.
Oh, that's just super obvious. Just hoping that people maybe wouldn't notice. And there's some more. There's some more timestamps as well. At 1512, there's the ultimate power thing that Dipper inputs. So, remember how we had another clue that told us to look for the time? You're holding up your watch, and even though it has some focusing issues, you can see that the time is... This is just binary, and if you translate this binary, like very easy binary to text conversion, it'll spell out stenography. Oh, God bless me, but it's not actually sneeze. If you reverse it, then it's... So if you just take a look at it and go, oh, well, what if I reverse this word? It says stenography, and that if you Google that, it shows you pretty easily what stenography is, and that's to help you like figure out, oh, that was a weird sound. It told me stenography. Now I can Google it and figure out how to, easily run that through and translate that. So it's like a clue to those who have no idea what that is. Anyway. So it's an overly complicated clue for no reason. Again, I mean, all it's really doing is taking it's like an escape room. If you just have a key and you have a lock and you open it, it's super easy. But if you take the key to the lock and you put it in another box and then you put another lock on that box and you put it in a corner and you hide it behind a Silent Says game, then it's a cool escape room because you have a combination of things you got to do in order to get to the answer. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm hoping that it's an entertaining puzzle. Rather than just completely infuriating and useless, which might be, I don't know. I'm trying to be an interesting game designer, okay? It sounded like weird staticky death of scratching records or whatever. But that sound is actually a special encoded image, but played as audio. So in order to like analyze that and get back out the image, you have to like take that sound, you can record it or, download the video, drag it into a program like Audacity. Audacity is free, easy to use, and apparently lagged a lot because my computer is a potato salad sandwich. Let's just delete the entire rest of the video because all we really want to focus on is...
Who would ever think to turn that into a picture, though?
Well, it's a lot of like code breaking techniques or whatever, because I used to be overly obsessed with codes or whatever, and A.R.Gs are a new thing that cool kids on the internet are doing these days. And this is a common technique and that kind of thing.
I would love to do an actual A.R.G.
I mean, you can do this one if I hadn't spoiled it all for you.
Well, this one confuses me.
Yeah, it is really, like, out there. So all you need to do is import it into the program. Click on this little drop-down thing for the audio, and then hit spectrogram. And
what the frick?
Isn't that magical? It turns the audio into an image. So then you go to this link, and gosh darn it, now we need to go to that link. And this is where it gets really crazy, like beyond brain melting.
Oh no.
I believe that was right, given how nonsensical this tweet is. So now we have this absolute bonkers of a tweet. I have no idea what it means. Oh, it's 2 tweets, actually. Cool. I have no idea what this means anymore. But thankfully we have, decoding to make that happen. So basically this one, and if you get all the capitals and extract them from my useless rant here, then it says Morse code bracelet, keyword, vinaigrette, cipher tweet. That gives you a lot of dense information that you have to figure out how to apply. It shows you a much more high-definition image of your bracelet that you had on, because the green screen was doing weird things and made it really hard to see. Your bracelet here has Morse code for the word faith. So if you Google some keywords about what a vinaigrette cipher is, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. A vinaigrette cipher is like a really complicated cipher that it does the Caesar cipher thing, but instead of just like rotating the entire alphabet by one letter or however many letters, it rotates it differently based on each letter of a keyword. So if you like input the keyword faith, then for the first letter A would be F, for the second pass through A would be A or something. So like it as you go through the 5-letter word that you used as a cipher, you would repeat that 5-letter word over and over and over and over. So every letter would be encoded completely differently. It just makes it like much more confusing because each letter has its basically own encoding technique. So you kind of have to have the keyword in order to have a hope of decoding it. You can't just like shift the alphabet and hope you figure out what it is, like with a Caesar cipher. So it makes it more secure that way. However, one of our code-breaking crazy gurus in the Siblings Sassing Discord from back in the day figured it out without the keyword, because I don't know what he did. He must have found some like crazy hacker code breaker thing that just like figured it out automatically for him, so he got that translated anyway. Anyway, if you translate the tweet with this crazy Morse code bracelet giving you the keyword of faith that will help you unlock the tweet that's encoded with the vinaigrette cipher, then the tweet says, I feel like this is a bit too complicated to decode without the help of a program. Has this gone too far? At least I didn't use Enigma or something ridiculous. Anyway, you're here for a clue, I take it. Now that would really be a capital offense. I don't know, I'm sorry. Edit, this clue got obscured by YouTube's compression algorithm, so backup plan. Yeah, so the capital letters say what? B-E-G, beginning, and then S-A-T-U-R-A-T-O-I-O-N. Gotcha. So it was trying to say beginning saturation, because the saturation in the very first episode where that Nort glass was, if you like take the glass of Nort and you adjust the saturation to view the image differently, it'll make the number that was hidden in that come out, like make it much more obvious to see that there's a number hidden in the image. But because of the YouTube compression algorithm, it completely ruined it, so you can't see it even if you adjust the saturation. And I was like, dang, I guess I need to.
What?
Excuse me, Apple ID. I freaking just signed into you. Can you not kick me out immediately? You better not require my password again. Okay. I hated that. Like I said, it was like beginning saturation, and that was going to be the plan. Like, it would hint that you should go to the beginning where it said beginning with the hexadecimal and all that, and then you would adjust the saturation to find a number that was hidden in the image. But because the YouTube algorithm broke it, I had to go to my backup plan, and then I have 2 links there that were also encoded with the same vinaigrette cipher. Discord attachments, because that's the easiest way I could find to host these 2 images. And if you click these links, here's that one, and the other one, basically it was just giving you the source image. You can kind of see it already. There's like a little 8 hidden right there, without even adjusting the saturation, but it makes it much more obvious if you adjust the saturation levels of the image. But there's a secret clue hidden in this image as well, or one of these 2 images, not sure which one. Probably the other one, because the orange one was the original one I was working with. Let's move on to the next clue. Have you ever tried opening an image as a text file?
No.
Okay, so let's save both of these. Sure. Now, let's find them. Where'd they go, the mole people? Open with... So usually it would open as like an image if you double click on it, but we want to open it not like that. We want to open it as a text file. Choose another app. I would like to use an app that you should never sensibly use for this. Thank you. Notepad. Perfect. It's like, I don't know how to do this! And it comes up as a whole bunch of chaos, but if you scroll down to the very bottom of the image, gasp, the clue is this. First number found in saturation. Second, error moderation. Third, number of pin, look to a hat. Finally, a salmon, book with a hand. So, it's basically asking you to look for numbers. First one is found in saturation, we already found that one. Second one is error moderation, which the error basically says number is 8 or something like that. So that's our second number. 8 is our first number. 8 is our second number. Third, number of pin, look to a hat. So that's just attempting to be in this misleading way to say, look at the number of pins I have on my hat, guys. Wow, it's number 2. Big brain. And then finally, a salmon, book with a hand. So like I said, the number on the book was important now. So our pin code is 8827. And that is the third dead end that needs to be inputted into the game eventually. There we go, the ultimate power of gaming, but ignore the K, the P, the S, and the X3. Then, so if you ignore the P's and the K's and times 3, you only get left, left, right, left, down, and then up, right, or right up, whatever that is. And you're left with basically just arrow keys, and that is another clue that you'll input somewhere else. And it also has this, which is changed from the original, because originally it says Z and it has a serial number there, but I changed it to N as though it's a compass direction, and it says directions. So that's clearly important, probably, maybe. And then at the very end, 1205 or something like that. And that is the part where we were saying look for the time. And that's the final clue that you need. Now we have all the dead end clues in order to input into the game. So if we go into the game now, I hit the trying harder button. Charge up forever. It just loops forever, getting more and more intense. Sorry, I thought you'd be entertained by that. Dragon Ball Z. Anyway, oh wait, I forgot. You don't actually need to play through the normal game in order to find the clues. The secrets are entirely in the like secrets zone. So let me just close that out and open it again and be smarter this time. So you can play the regular game and get through it, no problem. There's also the level select, but if you go to the credits/secrets, well, obviously that's where you're going to find the secrets. So this thing says we play a little bit of the secrets, and it's like, it's got a difference from the regular thumbnail for this one. If you notice on the thumbnail for today's video, this is the thumbnail here, and it's got 8827, so in case you had trouble solving all those ridiculously complicated other puzzles to get this pin code, you can just look at this and go, huh, I see what you're doing there, you ain't fooling me, in case it was too complicated. So I had another, like, additional clue that would make things easier for people to, you know, get through the puzzles if they had trouble. But I didn't want to have that be right in the game because, you know, this is where you're inputting the pin code and this is it, so I just decided to, like, point this back to something else. I changed the thumbnail here. It says the more you lose, the more you gain, a currency that's quite insane, to point them to that dollar bill that people apparently didn't notice. So that's just one final clue there. And there's two things here. There's the Nord cabinet, where you can, you know, play the Nord game. There's also a bonus level. Let's start off with the Nord game. And as you can maybe have seen on the side of the cabinet, there was a symbol there. The same, like, north symbol as on the dollar bill. And now it's got a south symbol, and it's pointing that way. So if south is that way, that's not usually how south is, so it's like, okay, you gotta figure out how to adjust your brain, and if you take those arrow directions, because you can hit the arrow keys here and move around, and clearly it's looking for a particular this isn't really like interesting game of any kind. It's just kind of you're doing things, but it doesn't actually accomplish anything. So it's asking for a specific set of inputs in order to trigger something. So let's input the directions that we had before. If we do left, left, right, left, down, up, right, or right up, one of the two. Let's do right up. It didn't work, but it did trigger something in the bottom left. You saw that rotated, and it was like, hey, look, north is this way, south is that way, so we gotta rotate everything by like 90 degrees. So if instead of doing this, we do down, down, up, down, right, and then up, left, we get the first key. Key number 1. And it's the most obvious part of a YouTube link. That is pretty much the part of every YouTube link. Bada bing, bada boom, we're making progress, boys. And now, let's get another secret. The other 2 secrets are in the bonus level. Oh no, I'm going to die. Let me just shout at them real quick. Go away. Oh no, 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 no. Everything's fine. Oh no. Oh no, I died! I'm bad at my own game. And I know I should use the mechanic of trying harder, it just feels so cheaty, and I don't like how it makes me slow. Are you kidding me? How did I even... Who dared to get me? I'm sad. I really should be better at my own game, I'm sorry.
No! It is instant murder. Oh, you chopped off one of the legs, did you see that?
I did not.
Oh. You chopped off one of the legs, but you didn't actually hit the body. You can do that by like... Wow, you're just plowing through.
The strat.
Yeah, just like constant sword. Yeah, you're pretty much invincible if you're just like swinging your sword and trying harder.
I can swing my sword,
but
my sword and sword.
Now you must learn.
I am short.
Observe. You could have jumped on the bot, but now there is no way for you to jump high enough.
Oh no,
so you cannot progress.
Guess
luckily, there is a lovely death pit. Nice save there.
I don't like.
You panicked. That's
no, come here.
Oh, he is
rolling towards me.
He literally broke his legs.
Ouchie, I don't want to
Kill
die.
him. Give in to your anger.
Wait, this isn't even the place, is it? Look at me surviving on edge.
Nice.
Oh wait.
Oh.
I thought there were more than one. There's not. Ah!
My blizzard boys are gonna give you so many actions.
I tried to jump, but I hit the space instead of the not space.
You did it.
Am I gonna get in that hit and die? Okay.
You almost did, but you're good. So, this is one of the secret areas. You can input the Konami code here, and
it says code.
Yeah, it's a little secret thing, but if you didn't notice, you would just keep playing the level, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then there's another secret if you go forward.
Oh, hi.
See, that's the exit, but if you wait here for an exorbitantly long amount of time, then it'll eventually hit the correct time that is the code, and you'll get to another thing instead.
Oopsies.
But if you get the win, then it doesn't happen, and you just get put out of the level because you won.
God.
So you have to specifically stay there and wait.
I'm such a second speedrunner. I don't know what a second speedrunner is, but that's what I said. Get over it. Okay, so this, remember how it said game vault soon? It wasn't soon. It was 2 years later, but soon.
Keep increasing how much time it's been.
It's been 1.5 years. More than that, but less than 2 years, so it's about that long. Game vault soon, Konami. Okay, here's the vault. Here's the code that says Konami code, so if you input the Konami code, which I always forget what it is, it's a very well-known cheat code, so up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. What was it? Up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, sorry. Up, down, down, left, right, B, A, and then there was no start button, so I just did that. Also, 8827 on the phone translates to uvas. So I was like, clearly it's a reference to uvas calientes from that one stream with the dead babies. I don't know why, I didn't have a plan. Every time I look at you, I don't understand. Seen that movie? I should show it to you later, it's funny. Anyway, what is the pin code? Would you like to do the honors of typing it?
I'll die.
I mean, you could do that, or you could not.
Wow.
That's key number 3. Uvas calientes! Ooh, nobody cares about that. That's irrelevant to the puzzles, and it's probably just going to confuse people like a red herring, but it's there. So yeah, that's key number 3. The final one. Now we need the middle one, so we can put it all together and form a YouTube link out of it. Credit Secrets bonus level. What is the final secret? Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Remember how we looked for the time and we got 12:05 or whatever, and we needed some way to input that, and we also had the Ricardo 2 puzzle that was like waiting for an answer. And we need a way to put all those together. I just stabbed this man. Why did I make it this long? Because that's how clocks work, man. Also because I didn't want people to find the secret by accident. I wanted it to be an intentional thing. I had to know what they were doing and be wanting it. And nobody has the patience for that unless you're a stupid idiot like me. Yes. And bang! Who died?
Ricardo.
Ricardo 2! And you have to, you can't just type Ricardo 2, and it doesn't even work if you type it.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna
well,
people.
At the timestamp, specifically, it's spelled Ricardo 2.0. And if you type that, that's the correct answer. And there's key number 2. You can now officially construct the link out of the 3 things, and you can get to a lovely U1 video that is extremely lame and pretty boring, and it literally is just me sitting in a chair saying, "Congrats, you did it." I didn't have any reward for you. And that is why I wasted 2 years of my life.
Wow. I'm so
What did
tired.
you think?
I thought it was really overly complicated.
It really is. That was kind of the point, but
satisfying.
Which parts did you like?
I don't know.
As opposed to the rest that you didn't.
I mean, I just liked the end where you actually put things in and it kind of made sense, and you got the YouTube link because that was simpler. But some things were just so many that I was like, oh.
It required big leaps in logic and stuff. Yeah. And you had to like figure out what things went together in order to actually like decode each other. I actually thought it was kind of fun, and like that's why I added extra clues to like help you like point back to things, like going, oh hey, have you checked out the like title sequence of the Gravity Falls thing, and like reminding you of previous clues. I was trying to like make it more cohesive as I went in, but of course since I didn't start out with a plan, I had to kind of retrofit things a little bit, and it was a bit difficult. But yeah, it was definitely a fun challenge to make this. If I were doing it and I actually had a plan and a purpose behind it, I would do it much differently next time and probably, hopefully, do it better. But I don't plan on doing another one of these because it took more time and effort, and mostly I just I didn't program my game very quickly because I wanted to make it somewhat decent, and that was a mistake. A very big mistake. But yeah, that was the Gravity Falls puzzles and Easter eggs and secrets and scavenger hunt, whatever it's called. A.R.G. Now you know everything. Don't share this with a friend unless they want to be spoiled. Let people try to solve it on their own if they want to first, and if they get stuck, then they can watch this video and go, oh wow, no wonder I didn't get it, you're a freaking moron, and your puzzles made no sense. And you expected me to input Ricardo 2 into a game you programmed after using a cipher with emojis?
Oh no.
And using stenography to decode a vinaigrette cipher, which does something with opening an image as text. Huh? Yeah. I tried to use like a bunch of different coding mechanisms that I knew, because I just wanted to show off, honestly, and give unique challenges to people, rather than just like one type of code, like, oh, it's all cipher codes, because that would be super easy if it was only kind of one kind of thing. So you gotta like use a little technical knowledge, think outside the box, and most likely cry. You hate me. Did I waste all your time?
No, it's just that it's 9 p.m. and I haven't eaten a meal.
You should eat.
I couldn't. I was filming. I served no purpose in this video other than to exist. I feel like I should have done something, but I just didn't get inside.
During the entire editing of the 5 Gravity Falls video, I did the editing for those. I don't know why. I was putting in these clues and talking to McKay a little bit about it, and she was just like, I don't care. You can do your thing. Don't tell me about it until later. So now I'm finally telling you.
Kind of tell me about it, but I didn't know what the full picture was.
She did
so
not
I was
care.
Just
But do you validate me?
No, I do think it's cool, and I like the effort put into it, and I do like ARGs and hidden things, and I thought it was cool at the time too.
Yay. I am cool, guys. See, she thinks so.
But as I said, some of it's a little overcomplicated, and it's just funny that it's been so long that nobody's going to care anymore.
Yeah,
but
probably not.
It's fine.
I mean, at least the video itself will go up, and that's still funny, even if you don't pay attention to any of these clues. So.
I like dark ARGs, though. Like the ones with, like, hauntings, or, like, someone's dying or someone's kidnapped. Those are my favorite ones.
Maybe that's another one for next time. We could make it together.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. That. We would just need something to
we can compromise, because I don't like making original characters unless it's for something like that. But you...
What original characters would we have for a murder?
You need characters for a murder plot.
Okay. I see.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm losing my mind. Bye.
Yeah, thanks for watching. I don't know. I guess it's probably not going to go up on McKay's channel because she would never let me post something like this on her channel, but maybe we can post something that leads to this video so that people will actually know that there are secrets in the Gravity Falls for this. Or link in the description or something. I don't know.
Sure. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna
have a good nom.
I apologize for being dead inside.
I apologize for making this nightmare.